Hello, welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. Hi, Capricorn. Well, this reading's for me too because I'm a Capricorn sun. So let us play a little bit and see what Capricorn's reading is for the week of February 15th through the 21st. So here we go, Karma on Deck. Hello, how are you? Are you ready for Mercury retrograde? My Mercury retrograde I was born under Mercury retrograde in January of 1970. So I have Mercury retrograde in my first house in my astrology chart, and it makes things amazing for me during Mercury retrograde. I always look forward to it. To me, I take it as an opportunity for people to say what they wanted to say all along, or for me to gather information and learn new things. So me likes the Mercury retrograde. I guess it's all perspective, right? Okay, Capricorn, let's take a look and see what we've got going on with you. First thing that comes up, 8 of Wands. So you're going to be busy this next coming week. Fate. Wheel of Fortune is coming up. 4 of Coins, looking for money. I'm sick of looking for money, Capricorn. I feel like I work hard enough, right? And the 4 of Coins means that you're going to be looking for money to pay something. So that's not fun. I'm also seeing a Knight of Coins. So it tells me that you've been a little bit, what's the word I want to say? Impulsive with your money lately. And so it's time for you to take a little leadership with that. We do have the Emperor card right here. And I feel like it's the first of the year. We're 6 weeks into the first of 2020. And we're starting to really look at, did we set any goals? I don't know about you, but I don't set any goals in January because I'm like, I don't want to get on this big train of, new year, new me kind of bullshit. So I'm all about making it like the consistent habits throughout time. I usually start in November thinking New Year's coming, and I've begun some challenges by about then. However, I am seeing that you're starting to take a little more leadership because that's the Emperor. The Emperor is forward momentum. He's all about having, leadership of self and others. And it's this like moving everything out of the way. He's a perfect epitome of Capricorn. Usually we come up as the Devil card. That's the Capricorn card in astrology. But the Emperor card, Taurus, right, is all about like forward moving, aggressively taking on the next steps. It's showed up actually in all 3 readings that I've done today. It showed up in Sagittarius and Scorpio. I thought maybe that was a cusp thing, and maybe that's just an astrological energy thing going on right now. But the Emperor card means that we're really starting to stand squarely on our own 2 feet. We're not looking for other people's input, information. We're not looking for approval for anyone to decide whether it's a worthy choice that we've made or whether it's a element that appeases someone else or pleases someone else. So I do see the Wheel of Fortune card, which tells me that you're definitely in this place in your life where you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You feel like everything's lining up like it should. I do see the 2 of Swords. You might be making a decision between 2 things coming up here, Capricorn. And that's because you have a little bit of the indecision going on. You have some decisions that you need to make, and it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. So moving forward, you're not quite sure whether you're going to have you lose one thing to gain another, and you're not quite sure if making a decision right now is the most appropriate thing, because you kind of feel as if you might lose more than you gain in the long run. And so you're trying to be cautious that you don't lose everything altogether or have to choose one thing over another. But I will tell you this, you're going to be back on your grind. I know personally as a Capricorn, these last 3 weeks have been shit. I've been in bed, I've been sick. As soon as I got better, I got sick with something else and it kind of put me down. So I definitely know that for me, it's true that I'm starting to evaluate my path and start to plan a little better and start taking on a little bit more structure. I feel like structure has gotten away from me in the last month and a half. So I have the Knight of Wands, which tells me work, scheduling, appointments, getting things back in alignment are for you. Notice too that you have the Magician. Sagittarius had the Magician as well. I think even Scorpio did. I think Scorpio for sure. And it's all about you having to take center stage. This was definitely Scorpio. And what's happening with that is you're going to start seeing that you're going to be expected to be center stage, to take leadership. You have the Emperor there. And you're going to start having to let those talents and those innate abilities that only are unique to you shine. And I know it's an uncomfortable place, but it's going to be lucrative for you because we have the 6 of Wands here, okay? The 6 of Wands is all about victory and money coming your way. So even though you have this whole need, Let's eliminate the word need, because you're always going to need something if you use the word often, right? Subconscious mind and program your shit. So here's what's true. Just say, I'll have enough when the time comes. You know, I don't need to pay my rent. When the rent is due, I'll have plenty. Or it's important for me to make sure I pay it by Friday. Or instead of saying, I need to pay my rent, just say, oh, I'm paying my rent on Friday. Like, change your language style so that it supports you. Your subconscious mind is your engine. And if you're not paying attention to it, I mean, shit, this is what we talk about in our coaching all the time. Your phone gets a new update and an upgrade to make it operate better. And the first thing you do is click. I mean, it's a little sketchy sometimes because you're like, fuck, what am I going to lose? Am I going to lose speed on something? Am I going to lose maybe a little piece of a feature that I used to like that's going away because it wasn't popular? But you look at it, and 90% of the time you click update. Overall, it's a learning curve, but you get there, you figure it out, and it's fine. But here's what's true. When's the last time you updated your subconscious mind? When's the last time you took a leadership class? When's the last time you got some coaching? When's the last time that you read a book that had to do with self-help? When did you do something for you? So even though you have these feelings, right, of like, how am I going to do this? These talents are innate, and you're starting to be expected to show them off a little bit. And it's uncomfortable for you, Capricorn, because we're the practical ones. We don't want to showboat. We don't want attention. So we have the Magician card, which tells me that you're sitting on all of this talent, and it's going to be expected to go on stage coming up next. So moving forward within the week, you're going to continue to worry about money. Jesus Christ, Capricorn, when are you not worried about money? You do have the 5 of coins, which means the puzzle of your bills, the puzzle of your money. You're going to like have this money, and now you're like, well, what am I going to do with it? You have the 10 of Swords. There's not a lot of wiggle room in your budget right now. You do have the King of Swords. There's a lot of attainment that you've acquired. So like I always say, you know, just because you got ooh, and my hands are itchy. Doesn't that mean money, Capricorn? So anyways, King of Swords means victory. So just because you won the war doesn't mean you haven't won the peace or established a new government, right? You got to go back in and structure your peace. Lovers card, Capricorn, 9 of coins, decision making, and death card. This is amazing. So if you've been laying the foundation, Capricorn, and I know you have, because here's what's true. We are all about practicality, consistency, and repetitive patterns. And so I would like to say to you is that you have some big changes coming. You have fate and the death card plus the lovers card. Do not struggle with fear and scarcity thinking, because right now that's going to be the devil. You know, that's going to be the little demon, devil on one shoulder, angel on the other. If you allow your negative thinking to take over all this momentum, you're going to self-sabotage. And that is, a lot of us are addicted to self-sabotage. It's like, why did I even try? I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, all of those things. So I do see the death card, which means drastic change for you. I am going to pull one more card and see what this looks like. And it's the Knight of Swords. Be careful that you're not too impulsive. I don't know about you, but my mixture of as zodiac signs with my Pisces rising, Aquarius moon, and Capricorn sun, I have a tendency to be extremely impulsive, and I dive on my emotions because they feel so good. But anyways, we do have the Knight of Swords, and that's impulsive. So be cautious that you don't make a big leap without being without being too impulsive and gather your data. But maybe it is because you're taking that leap that you have this life change. So be aware. That's what's going on for you with your general reading. Let's pull some cards for you from the Mystic Dreamer. If you want a one-on-one with me, karmaondeck.com. I have a couple openings this afternoon. They're booking up though. Just so you know, I do have like 4 or 5 for this evening. If you want a 15-minute reading, and if I've done a reading for you before, you may ask for that. karmaondeck702@gmail.com. However, go to the website and you can find what the session's booked for. 30 minutes is probably all most people need for a first-time one. Unless you're going ridiculously in-depth and want Reiki or whatever, then you'll have to look at channeling. But anyways, so had a weird delay uploading on my part. Damn retrograde. You know, it's begun. Just suck it up and ride the roller coaster. Shit. All right, so this is your emotions, Capricorn, how you are feeling. Tower. What the fuck, Capricorn? So so the Tower card. Let me finish the sentence and not be too rash here. So you've gone through a little period of isolation, okay? And you've been spending some time in retro, like you're reflecting and thinking about things from the past, and you're thinking about things that are going on, and you're thinking about your future. You've spent a lot of time in isolation, and you're starting to move forward with being a little more outward focused. And like I said, this Capricorn has been sick for, I want to say 3 weeks going on 4. This is my recovery week finally in a month. And so I do feel like as if I've been a little isolated. I do feel like I've not been communicating as much as I had been prior to and as involved. But Tower card, feeling like things are slipping through our fingers a little bit upended. But here's what's cool about the Tower card. It always shows you your foundation. So whether you have a Tower moment with your relationships, you're fighting with your best friend, you're fighting with your lover, you're fighting with your kids, your boss, like whoever it is you're fighting with, or maybe someone you know had an emergency or whatever the case may be, and you have a Tower card, that's shit falling apart. But here's what's true. When you shake the foundation, you see what stands tall in it. And it's not a bad card. I mean, it's all perspective, like I was saying earlier, and how you approach things. Because here's what's true. The Tower always shows you what's true. And even though, I mean, I always say sometimes, depending on where it lies, if the Tower card is next to an emotional card, it'll tell me that you are feeling as if things are falling apart. If your Tower is next to your money, it's feeling as, it's definitely your money going to shit, right? So that's shit show money, shit show emotions. But right now, this is the first card that comes out for you. So you're coming from a place of the Tower moment. So you're having like this shit show, like wow, this has been crazy. And it's moving into the Six of Swords, and you've been isolated because of it. Six of Swords is the rapids. You're going down the rapids, and boom, you come out onto a lake of clear, plain glass water, and it's smoothing out. You're starting to gather a little evidence now. You're starting to get ahead of the game. You're starting to do a little more planning. And then you have the Three of Cups, which is celebration. You're actually getting to the point where you can play. I also see the Nine of Wands. There's been some fatigue for you in the past, and the Fool card, opportunity beyond measure right now with you guys. I'm also seeing the Nine of Swords. So maybe that's part of the reason why you've been isolated. You've either been sleeping too much or not enough, or you've had some insomnia. I am seeing that you're dissatisfied with the direction things are going within your relationships, and you haven't been able to enjoy them where they're at, and you've been trying to compare them and get yourself back to where they used to be. I do see Four of Wands, so commitment is in a big play, a big role for you right now. And it's showing me that you are very much paying attention to and giving energy to the people who are committed and do what they say they're going to do. I'm also seeing some travel for you in your relationships. Again, King of Pentacles. And if you'll notice your congruency between your first deck and the second deck, you do have the Death card. But here's what's true. And this may be about money. Your money is about to change. And often when we come up on a place of abundance, we start to freak out a little bit. Is it possible that it's going that well? And you're going to rob yourself of the abundance if you start to believe that it's going to fall apart any minute. And you're going to let your subconscious mind look for your problems, and they're going to show up. So you have the Death card, which is exact mirror, almost in the exact same place as your general reading. But here's what's true. Everything is about to shift. And I always say this, love and money is the same energy. So if your money and your typical life energy is about to shift, I do see the Death card for you in your relationship. So things are about to shift. If they're feeling a little log jammed, you can expect them to loosen up a little bit. The gears start to lubricate and the engines start to turn, and you'll start to see the direction things are going a little more. I will caution you a little bit. There is some drama in the future for you. This next week might be a little drama because we have the Eight of Swords. So watch your relationships, pay attention to people and how they're behaving, and take a step back and process those. So the Eight of Swords is all about, being a little overwhelmed by things. So just notice though that you do have the King of Pentacles, and that's telling me that money, a surplus, is coming your way. We do have the Fool card. In the other deck, it was telling us it was the Fate card and the Death card. Things are moving the way they're supposed to be. But in relationships, I see opportunity and life change with you and commitment on the rise. So if you want a one-on-one with me so we can pick that apart for your personal relationship, let me know, karmaondeck.com. You know how to find me. I will pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients and wrap up this Saturday. And then I will probably go live after reading these couple clients that I do have booked right now. I'll probably go live this evening, so you can expect me to pop back on if all goes well. And then you can ask all your questions and whatnot. All right, kiddo, here we go. Wishbone, affirmation. Ooh, I opened right to it. I got this deck and didn't jive with it, and it wasn't until I started to pull them within each reading that I started to fall in love with it a little bit more. All right, so your affirmation, this card marks new life. No shit. We just had the Death card in two different decks, and this is pretty much the same thing. This card marks new life, whether it comes from of a long-awaited baby, a new venture, or a great change for the better. It signals the perfect time to birth new ideas, restart projects that you've been stuck in the pipeline. And this is a very fertile time for you. So get your creative juices flowing and focus on all you would like to bring about, and keep your thoughts positive. and see the best in and for yourself. To ensure the magic of the wishbone blesses your hopes for a new life, say daily affirmations for all that you wish for and all that you desire to be. And I was just saying, like when I was talking about the subconscious mind, I was just saying, program your brain. Like, stop letting yourself run away with prior programs that don't serve you, and stop letting your brain trick you into scarcity. And like it says right here, to ensure the magic of wishbone blessings for your hopes of a new life, say daily affirmations and keep your thoughts positive and see the best in and for yourself. So try not to be that, oh my God, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop and it's been so crazy, what next? Make sure that you don't allow yourself to look forward in that manner, like trust, surrender, float a little bit. So it's saying the time is right. You did have the fate card and your success is assured. So breathe renewed energy into all that has been waiting to come into fruition. So the incantation for the week, dear Capricorn, and to myself, right? I'll start right now with no delay. Creativity is the way. And projects new, I hold no doubt. Success for me will come about. So it's saying that this is a great time for a new success, new ventures, and collaboration. There you have it, Capricorn. Like, subscribe, and share, and stick around. I'll catch you guys on the live. Meanwhile, I'll see you next week with your Capricorn reading. Let me know where you are in the world. Tell me how you feel your reading went, and I will see you on the flip side.